Well, the Edmonton International Cat Festival is coming up this weekend, and I'm joined by two guests here who have a passion for animals, and we're going to have a really interesting conversation. You can also check them out at the Cat Festival coming up this weekend. So Amanda and Ariel are joining me. Thank you, ladies, for speaking with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Well, we're going to start by talking about rich kitties, because we're eventually going to get into how you can set up trust funds for your cats or dogs or whichever animal you have. But let's talk about some stories of animals who have been left incredible amounts of money by their owners. Amanda, we'll start with you.
Excellent. Thank you, Stacey. So I think in some of the research and preparation for this, we knew that cats had been left money in the past. And if you look in the Guinness Book of World Records, there's Blackie in there who was left $13 million, which seems like a lot at the time. But one of the really recent stories is actually about Choupette, who is Karl Lagerfeld's cat, who was left $172 million back in 2019 when he passed away. Now, I mean, she needs a lot of money. She's got 2 nannies, Louis Vuitton luggage, her own doctor, a bodyguard. So she seems like a pretty high maintenance kitty.
That is a crazy story. Ariel, you have a story in regards to Leona Helmsley, I understand?
I do, yeah. So Leona Helmsley was a fairly well-known and notorious celebrity, and I won't get into the reasons for her notoriety. But once she passed away, she left, this was a dog, not a cat, but still a rich pet. She left a $12 million trust fund for her puppy, whose name was Trouble. Unfortunately, she didn't get the best legal advice, and her intentions with respect to that trust fund and that gift weren't able to be carried out as she had originally planned, which will kind of springboard us into some of the further discussion that we'll have later about appropriately planning for your pets and making sure that what you do is legally enforceable.
Well, let's actually chat about that now, because Amanda, you are in the insurance industry, and Ariel, you are a lawyer. So let's talk about, we'll start from the insurance part, Amanda. How does it work, and how can you start planning if you decide you want to leave some money to your pet?
Well, absolutely. So one of the things to note is you can't designate your pet as a beneficiary, but you can leave money to them through a trust and up in your will. So you can't actually name, Choupette as that beneficiary on your insurance policy, but that's where you ask your lawyer, like Ariel, to step in and help and make sure that there is something there to take care of your animals if something were to happen to you.
Amanda, are there more and more people that are doing this?
Yeah, we're getting asked about it more and more. And, can I leave money to my animal? Can I name my pet as my beneficiary? It's definitely an interesting time. And certainly, pets cost money. And while we might have great intentions of what happens to them, you want to make sure that there is some money there for whoever will be taking care of them after your passing. And you can definitely do so with insurance.
Now, Ariel, from a legal point of view, I guess, on this, what do people need to look at and consider if they want to, in fact, set up trust funds and make sure that everything is legally accurate?
I would definitely recommend that people who are interested in establishing trusts for their pets speak with a lawyer to make sure that the documents they're preparing are in accordance with our legislation and our laws. Legally, pets are classified as property. We all know as pet owners that they often mean way more than your couch or your desk. They're your best friends and your companions, so you want to make sure that they're taken care of almost as your children would be in your will. So there are different documents you can prepare that will establish those trusts. You can do an inter vivos trust, so that's a trust that's settled and established while you're still alive, or you can leave a trust for them in your will.
Now, you ladies are both going to be speaking at the Cat Festival, I guess virtually, through a session there. So is this the main subject that you will be talking about?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So people should come prepared with questions. Is there going to be an opportunity where they can actually ask questions as well? Or is it something where they can follow up? They'll watch, your presentation, and then if they have questions, they can follow up after. Do you know how that's going to be working?
We'll have time for both. So if there's any questions that we can't get to during the presentation, they'll certainly be able to reach out to us and we will help them answer those questions.
All right. Well, Amanda and Ariel, thank you so much for joining me. This is exciting to have the Cat Festival. I know it's virtual and we all wish that we could be there in person, but hopefully next year. So again, the festival is this weekend, and Edmonton Cat Fest is the website you can look for to log on. And we look forward to seeing your presentation. Thank you so much for speaking with me today, ladies.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much.